pals, and here from Drake Wheaton Gaming and some emails for the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with the Let's Play episode of Remember the Flowers. So y'all, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server, and full access to upcoming not safe for work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alrighty. Oh lord, before I sneeze. Oh, I sneezed. Alright. Okay, this will be going up. These will be going up on Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas Eve, everyone, or Happy Pre-Holidays if y'all don't celebrate it. I'm still bringing more content to y'all anyway. Longer than most people in this day and age, I'm sure you'll be very useful in our attempts to recapture him. A gulp. Alright then, let's hear it. What have you got for us? Lance. My name is Lance. It's a sharp name. I like it. So, Lance, the floor is yours. What the fuck am I even doing? When I first met him, he had real bad amnesia. I took advantage of it so I could pass him off without much incident, which I kind of regret now. He was feeble and annoying, but he had a lot of knowledge about the world before the fall. Feeble, huh? Why don't you take a look at my men behind me? That was his doing, and you call this feeble? Really? He must be training. I wager he's going to join the Resistance if he hasn't already. It would pose a very real threat if he were to ever regain his memories. That is why I suggest you work with King. You're around Cyrus long enough to memorize his scent, right? I guess. It's been a little while, though. Open my Axiom screen to take out his old bandages. These old bandages still have his blood on them. Shouldn't be too difficult. Wait, what am I doing? Am I really agreeing to work to capture Cyrus? That would be pretty damn useful. We can put that nose of yours to work. We just have to get close enough for it to matter. Which is why, for the time being, I'm going to have Lance do reconnaissance throughout the nation. Who knows? Maybe he'll find something. Meaning? Your current job duties are to travel and to try to pick up his scent. Don't worry about any admin work. We'll be fine on the front. As a former member of the Resistance, you could pick up on your old teammates' scents, too. Another runaway, huh? Glad to have you, then. Once I get my new arm situated, we can go bust some heads together. Not until you finish your therapy, sir. Ugh! What's in it for me? Pardon? I didn't agree to this or anything you've ever said. Why should I do this? Ah, you want to know what you'll be paid with. Artemis holds his chin with his paw as he thinks. His serious look fades back into a smile. Unfortunately, that isn't up to me. But I'm sure he'll be rewarded handsomely for capturing our #1 target. I bite my lip. I'll think about it. The weasel chuckles. As if you have a choice. Do get along with your new team, Mr. Kroger. Kroger, I'm not sure how to say it. I think it's Kroger. I know you don't have the best track record on that front. Artemis takes that as his cue to leave. I curse internally to myself, scowling. King catches my attention. So, you got anything good in that basket, too? I actually do want some more snacks, but, you know. The rhino raises his stump. I completely forgot I was holding on to this thing. The handle is a bit crushed now. I guess I was gripping it too hard earlier. The name is King, by the way. King Stone. Like that piece of shit weasel, I try to at least be somewhat agreeable with the people I work with. That's already a huge improvement. My name is Lance Krager. Nice to meet you, Lance. So how about it? Think you want to work with us? To capture Cyrus? I tug on my Arcadia collar. I'm considering it. Attaboy. So you're telling me little Cyrus said that Cyrus did this to you? Really? Sure did. Why? I just didn't think he had it in him. He was a wimp the last time I saw him. Ha! Well, it's true that he got a leg up on me. He then points to his new stump. And then some. I'll give him this. When push came to shove, he went for the kill. Points to a small dent on his neck just above his Arcadia collar. If it were anyone else, he'd have gone straight through with his knife. Wow. I don't really know what to think about that. I'm glad he grew a backbone, but that'll make it harder for me to capture him. He only got me like he did because I was distracted. You should see the shape the other guy was in. Oh, I'd love to. There's a knock at the door. You're kidding me. How many visitors were you expecting today? Get off my back. I'm a busy guy. It's probably the mechanic I called. Honestly. Do not piss Serenity off. Serenity goes to open the door. As soon as she does, she straightens up and salutes. Good afternoon, sir. To what do I have the pleasure this afternoon? I hear the voice of someone I've never heard before. At ease, soldier. Relax. It's nothing special. Oh, another human. Oh, I think I know who this is. A human walks in. His attire reminds me of Artemis's. Does he really need to wear a coat like that all the way down here? He flashes a smile my way before moving past me. Wait, something about him is familiar. I've seen this man before. Good afternoon, Lieutenant Dario. Dario, the descendant of Darius? He's here? If I was still with the Resistance, I could just finish their work. I could finish their work for them. Oh my. Oh my, Artemis wasn't lying. You're quick to scare, Lance Krager. I gulp, lay my ears back. What the hell did Artemis tell this psycho? I'm sure he embellished a tad. You know how he is. I thought I'd get a good look at you myself. I look at King. He shakes his head. Well. Dario reaches into his pocket and then hands me something. It's like a letter. At least I think it is. I've never received one before. I know it's old-fashioned, but I had to deliver this to you personally. From my father. Dario is still smiling, but my heart drops. I don't understand. You're in luck, Lance. It's not every day my father requests an audience with workers. Nevertheless, attendance is mandatory. See to it that you make this meeting on your top priority. Should you miss it, you will be executed on the spot. You are also not allowed to return to the surface without proper supervision until he deems you worthy. I'm sure you understand. Dario pulls out a remote control with his free hand. It looks similar to the one that Artemis had when we were in the car. I know we just met, but I wanted to give you some advice. Artemis only plays with his toys. I break them. Dario casually extends the letter toward me. My paws shake as I take it from the sly human. I'm not breathing, too stunned to even try to. There's a good boy. I love it when you folks know your place. I'll see you later this week, Lance. Try not to get yourself killed in the meantime. As quickly as he came, the human walks right out the door. Everyone in the room is stunned. I have to remind myself to breathe. When I do, I struggle. Damn, a meeting already, huh? What the fuck was that? Take it easy, you're fine. Are you serious? Do you know what that man is capable of? Better than anyone. I guess you have a different perspective. You're damn right I do. Do you know how many of his men I've had to fight? It explains the scars on your face. Guess you're not all bite. That comment is so out of left field for me that I don't process it right away. When I do, I bare my teeth. You don't know anything about me or what I've been through. Spare me the details, Fido. The bottom line is you can't turn down that invitation. You think I don't know that already? I grab my Arcadia collar. It's all because of this thing that I'm stuck here. Careful, it'll shock you if you tug it. I'm sure it will. But you quit your whining already? It's getting embarrassing. King stares into my eyes. Fuck, this isn't me. I can get out of any situation. I always do. Just need to think about this rationally. Okay, what can I get out of this ordeal? I think back to Dario, his white hair. It reminds me of Cyrus. What's that? If finding Cyrus means getting you and that weasel off my back, then I'm ready to get this over with. Huh, sounds good to me. Don't have any need for brats on my team. Get moving, Wolf. I cover the letter in my paw. Using a claw, I rip the top open. Inside is an ornate piece of paper along with a metallic keycard. There's a time and date, 5 days from now. There's plenty of time to think of a plan to bust out of this joint. It's been a week since we were rescued from Golden Requiem. I wasn't as bad off as I initially thought, but I'm still being held for treatment. Due to the extent of my injury, I had to ask for a reschedule for my meeting with Titania. Crystal informed her of the situation. Luckily, Titania was more than willing to oblige, considering the circumstances, but she couldn't give me a concrete rescheduled date. I hope she doesn't back out. Crystal said she would keep in touch until then. Anyway, I've been stuck in Vita's apartment while I've been recovering. They're as intense as ever. I need you to keep still while I feed you. I groan, but I do as I'm told. My throat was pretty badly bruised because of my encounter with King, but it's gotten better. I can't eat solid foods just yet, but at least I can still eat something. The tubes going in my stomach before were a fun experience. Vita spoon feeds me some medicine. Blech! You're making good progress, but you still shouldn't eat solid foods for another day or so. On another note, it appears your stay here won't be much longer. I let out a sigh of relief. Thank God, not that I haven't enjoyed our time together, but I'd love to not be confined to another room again. Vita chuckles. Not so fast, Cyrus Cantwell. There is something more we need to discuss. While running tests on your heart, I noticed there was extensive damage. I can only assume this has to do with your fight the other day. Oh, that doesn't surprise me, I guess. Please explain to me what you mean. I fill Vita in on how in my panic I had to use my perception ability much more than I was used to. Vita's expression changes from curiosity to worry. They close their eyes and appear as if they're trying to tell me something. This isn't the kind of news I like to deliver, but from what I saw, this could impact your remaining lifespan. Do not forget, your artificial heart is like a battery. Like any battery, overuse can drastically diminish its longevity. I'm sorry to say this, but you may have knocked a couple of years off your life as a result. Something I was afraid of. It was not an ideal situation, but you did what you had to do to survive. 1 second, doesn't he have an artificial heart? Yeah, can't y'all replace an artificial heart though? It was not an ideal situation, but you did what you had to do to survive. Promise me you will be more careful in the future. That, or seriously reconsider joining the Resistance. You know I can't do that, Vita. I've already made up my mind about this. There's no living a peaceful life in a world where I'm always hiding, and that doesn't just apply to me. I cannot argue with that, but I appreciate it and everything else you've done for me. Think nothing of it. I rub my tender neck. I can feel the medicine doing its job. It's a strange but soothing feeling like none other. How's Aaron? He's doing fine. Last I heard, he's a little shaken up, though. Can I see him? Maybe in a couple days. You must take care of yourself, too. I think I could manage it. Honestly, your inability to feel pain seems more detrimental than useful. You broke a few ribs, amongst other things. If you move around too much, you could reopen old wounds without realizing it. Please just rest for once in your long life. I don't have a response for that. I've never been one to sit still, after all. I think back to the day at the black market. I've had an uneasy feeling since then. Why didn't Aaron leave me alone? What was the intel he was trying to get? Was it really so important that I had to be left behind? I should be mad, but I'm more worried than anything. Wait, should I be mad? I've been doing all this training to deal with situations like these. I might have gotten hurt, but my first real fight went pretty well, in all things considered. Right? No, I don't know. I don't think others will see it that way. If you look at it any other way, Aaron screwed up. Big time. I still haven't told anyone what really went down. Before I can continue with my thoughts, Vita's door opens. A familiar hybrid struts in. Sup, Cyrus? I see you still look like hell. Probably feel like it too, but I wouldn't know. Heh, even so, you look better than I thought you would. I do have a great doctor taking care of me. Flattery will not get you discharged faster. And you and I both know we're not doctors. Maybe we should go to school and study together. Funny, I'll go brew us some tea since we have a sudden guest. Kanto comes over to sit at the edge of my bed, at the end of my bed. There we go. Silver says he'll come see you when he gets back from his current mission. Kanto sighs. As soon as he brought you here, he was at the door in a hurry. It sounds like him. It really does. So, how was your first proper fight? Was it everything you thought it would be? I sit back in my bed to recount the events leading up to my stay. It was nothing I'd ever experienced before. It lasted an eternity, but also felt incredibly quick, which doesn't make sense when I say it out loud. Were you scared? To an extent. Cautious might be the better word. What did scare me was seeing Aaron like that. I've never seen him so beat up before. I thought Karen was pulling my leg when she called me. I went to see him earlier, but he was asleep. It's not much, but he looked peaceful while sleeping. That's good. I know he has a hard time sleeping in general. He needs a good rest. Such a hypocrite. Vita carries a tray of teacups to the both of us. Thank you. Thank you. Remember to sip it, not to aggravate my throat. So you do take some things I say to heart. Vita, Relax, I'm joking. It fooled me. I feel like I'm studying for another doctorate with how much I've been lectured lately. I can imagine staying here alone with Vita sounds worse than any fight. The dragon chuckles. What do you want, pussycat? Hey, don't call me... Visiting hours are almost done. Chop chop. It's 2 in the afternoon, and since when do you have visiting hours? Since my current visitor started getting on my nerves. Kanto takes out his inventory sphere. Then I'll keep this short. Kanto types away on the screen. Silver and Karen filled me in on what happened when they found you. The only thing is, they didn't see exactly how things went down. Kanto takes out another axiom from his screen. The port is crackling with sapphire blue light. What did you do back there, Cyrus? Alright, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. But before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you to our gold tier patron, Almer. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier anyway. If y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!